Hello, I have made it to week 37. Today I am 37 weeks and 3 days. It's Saturday, April 8th, and I went to the doctor last Thursday for my 37-week appointment, and this appointment didn't go quite as I expected. So far, every appointment I go in, everything's perfect, and then it's see you next time. So that's what I kind of expected to happen this time, and it did not. First, right when I got there, they always weigh you, and then they go in and the nurse takes your blood pressure, the baby's heart rate, all that. And they did that. They weighed me. I had gained 1 pound because I was there the week before. So I had gained 1 pound, which is normal. And then she took my blood pressure, and I can tell by her face that like she pumped it and like she held it there for an extended amount of time, and then she pumped it even harder, and she was kind of waiting. So, which they don't usually do that. They get it and they're done. And so she said, your blood pressure is a little high. Maybe we'll wait a second. Maybe just from like walking, from here to the bathroom and coming into the room, maybe your blood pressure is just elevated. I'll check it in a minute. So she went through, she listened to Kaya's heartbeat, and everything was fine there. And, went through the normal routine. And she went back right before she was done, checked it again, my blood pressure, and again, it was still high. Like, to me, it's not super high. It was 142 over 90. 141 or 142 over 90 is what it was. So I'm not an expert. I don't know. I don't think that's super high, but my blood pressure is always like right where it should be, or even a little lower. So maybe just high for me. So anyway, she asked me some questions. She looked at my feet. Like I said, they've been pretty swollen, but they've been swollen for probably 3 weeks now. They swell up during the week. I sit at a desk all day. They swell up on the weekends when I'm active doing stuff. They go down like pretty much close to normal. So she was just asking me questions about that. I told her, on the weekends and stuff, they go back down. At this point when I went, it was Thursday. They're huge. So she was kind of, asking more about that. And, before this time, they kind of acted like, that's normal. One nurse even said they're not bad compared to what I've seen. So, I was thinking no big deal. So then the doctor came in, and he said, so I heard your blood pressure's high. And so he checked it again, and it was still high. So and he looked at my feet, which he never has even acknowledged it. I mean, the nurses, like, I tell them, or they ask every time they ask, are you swollen? So he looked at them, and I'm sure he sees it in the notes, and I'm sure he can glance over and see them, but he's never like came over and like felt my legs. How they press on him just for an extended amount of time. He's never even done that. So he did that, and he was asking, some questions about, if it hurt or whatever. And then he said, well, we're kind of concerned about Preeclampsia or whatever it's called, but he said, he asked if I'd had headaches, and I have not. And so he's like, well, you've only gained 1 pound since last week. And typically when a pregnant woman gets this preeclampsia, they will gain like 8 pounds in a week because they'll retain a lot of water. And they might have headaches, and their blood pressure's high. And so none of those things apply to me except for my blood pressure was really high. I have not had headaches. My weight gain was normal. So he's not real concerned. It might just be, he asked if I had a stressful morning. I had not. My doctor's appointment my doctor's appointment was at 9:15, and typically when they're that early, I don't go to work. I did get up that morning and go to work. We were having like a little carry-in, so I wanted to go ahead and take my food in. That way they had it in case I didn't get back in time. So I had a busier morning than normal, but not, I wouldn't say stressful by any means. So I said, you know, no, my morning's not stressful. It was just hectic and busy, and now we're here and whatever. But so anyway, just as a precaution, he said, he sent me down to get some labs done. I got blood work and another urine test. And so today, like I said, Saturday, that was Thursday, he is going, instead of seeing me in a week, this coming Thursday, he's seeing me Monday again, to give me the results of the blood work and urine analysis. Just, you know, that will tell him if there's any sign of preeclampsia or not. I'm sure at that time he'll take my blood pressure again, and I'm going to guess it's going to be back to normal, and that this is not really the case. But another thing they're going to do on Monday is a stress test, and so I guess that's where they just hook monitors up to my belly and monitor her heart rate just to make sure she's not in any kind of stress or anything. And that's the only part that worries me. I mean, I know I'm fine, and I don't know why my blood pressure is higher than normal, but I just want to make sure she's okay. And so I've kind of been like worried about it, and like making sure that, you know, like I feel her move like I typically do and all that. And like I said before, we have one of those Dopplers here, so I can listen to her heart rate anytime I want, which you know, is very comforting. I'm glad I have that. So I'm sure I'll listen to it a ton between now and Monday. But they're going to do the stress test, I'm assuming, no matter what the results are. Get down. And he said if, you know, there's any sign of the preeclampsia, then they will talk about taking her early, which, you know, obviously he said, you know, it's best to go 40 weeks, but, you know, next week I'm going to be 38 weeks, so it's not that early. You know, if worst case scenario, they have to plan to induce me early, I don't think that, you know, it's going to be a super big deal. I don't think she's going to, you know, I think she'll be ready, and that's all I care about. I don't care what happens, you know, I don't care how, you know, if we have to induce early. I don't care if we go past 40 weeks. I just want her to be as healthy as she can be. So that's the only thing. That's number one, of course. So other than that, that's all I really have. I just wanted to make this quick update for kind of like 37-week appointment and kind of explain what's going on. So Douglas is carrying one of her shoes off. Doug, hang on. These are the shoes that are on her dresser. It's kind of like just a little pretty, I guess, and he always knocks them off and carries them off. But so anyway, yeah, that's it. He didn't check me to see if I was dilated or anything. I don't think he was going to. They didn't ask me to get undressed, and then all that other stuff happened. So I have no idea. I'm gonna guess I'm not. I haven't, you know, felt like I've had any contractions really or anything. I've had a little bit more cramping, like kind of feeling like it's period cramps, but not very much at all. So I'm gonna guess I'm still not dilated any or anything like that, but maybe I'll find out on Monday when I go. My appointment's at 1:45, so I'm very anxious to go get the results of the labs and make sure everything's okay with Kaya. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching.